hear this class and whatever you wish to, you do. It's not mandatory that I need to record it, right? This is how an array of object look like. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So now tell me why we will use a for loop.
For
To access
iterating,
array values.
For
Access
iterating
array values.
yeah, for iterating over an array to take one by one data or the object in the array. Am I correct? So suppose if you want to access the first element, second element, third element, or the fourth element, you will be using something called loops. Am I correct?
Loops.
Yeah. Now star ng for is basically used for iterating over the loop in the HTML. Okay. Any doubts, anyone? Any doubts?
No.
Okay. So now what we'll do? We'll create one table. Okay. So recently I attended one interview and they have asked me this question. Okay, they have just given me one array of objects and this is just in an API call which returned me this information. Okay, and I need to just display this information in the table format in the HTML. Okay, so let me just tell you about that. I have one table. Okay, and did I tell about tables in the HTML class? Does anyone remember?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
TR,
I told
TR.
yeah. Okay. You will just declare if you want to create any table, you will just use the name table. Okay. With start and ending tags. And if you want a row basically means that this is a row, right? Like this is a row and column means vertical, row means horizontal, right? So,
Yes.
and TR stands for
TR.
table row. Okay. And TH
Name.
stands
Name.
for table heading. Okay. Any doubts till
Yeah.
here? And how will we display the table headers? In the row, right? We'll say name, first name, last name, age, and all, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So what you will do, you will be creating one table row. Okay. In this,
TR. Name.
you can have your headings, correct? What
Yes.
tag will be used for creating the headers?
TH.
Table heading. Okay. And in this object, how many at key value pairs were there for us? Two key value. What are they?
First name, last name.
Yes.
Last name.
Use something called first name as one attribute. Okay. And you can just specify last name. Okay. Now what I want in that table data I want to display. Okay. This table data, TD is the tag which is used to display the table data. Okay. Just give me a moment. I am just sharing my screen. I just got a message from my company. 1 minute. Okay, if you see the first name and last name headings, you are able to see, right? Suppose from this loop, okay, you want to iterate this data and you want to show Sweetie, Anusha, and Baru in the first name and Sweet, K, and Sweet in the last name. Now we need what we need to do. We just need to iterate over this array. Am I correct? For this purpose, you will be using something called star ng for. Okay, and this is the syntax. Mm, okay, and what when star ng for you will give, and you will just create one variable. Okay, what is that meaning is that take let data of object is the final variable which you have the whole array data. Okay, and the data here meaning one by one element in the object. Any doubts? Any doubts, anyone?
No.
Sorry. Okay, one by one element in the array. Now what you will do, you will just take data, okay, and you will just do string interpolation data dot. So what is the first data?
First name.
First name. So what is the first name parameter here? First name, right? You will just take
Yeah.
it and you will access it data dot first name. Okay, and what is the second one you have? Last name.
Last.
correct? So you will
Yes.
just do something called last name, data dot last name. Any doubts, anyone? So what happened here? We just declared a table, and in one row there were headings which are first name and last name. In the another row, we are iterating over the object array, and it is taking one by one data. Okay. For example, it took the first one and it displayed in the first row Sweetie, okay, and second Sweet. So this has been finished, and the loop will run for the second object, okay, which is this object. Then it will print Anusha and it will print K, and the loop has been finished, and it will go to the third element and it will print the third element, and the loop ended. That's it. Any doubts, anyone? Any doubts, anyone?
No, Anusha.
Okay. This is the use of star ng for. What is this star ng for? What type of directive it is? What is
Collecting data.
what is
Structural directive.
structural directives? Okay, they will ask you in the interviews. Okay, they will ask you what are structural directives, or they will ask you about what are directives. Okay, there are many types of directives. In one by class, I will be telling you one thing. Okay, these are structural directives. Structural directives usually starts with star, and we have three structural directives. Those are star ngif, star
Star.
ng for,
Star.
star ng switch. But in most of the coding, we will be using only star ngif and star ng for. Okay, what is star ngif now? If we want to render any HTML element in the template based on a condition, then we will be using the star ng if. If it evaluates to true, then the HTML will get rendered on the page. If it evaluates to false, then it will not get rendered. Okay. And star ng for is basically, it is also a structural directives and starts with star. Okay. And if we want to iterate over an array in the HTML, then we will be using something called star ng for, and we can use this syntax, let data of object, let object of object one of object, let object of objects, anything. Okay. Suppose if you are specifying objects here, then what should be the variable name here? Objects, right? The
Yes.
Yes.
name of the variable will be given here. Okay. You remember, we will tell, right? Let element in the, for map or the filter, we will be giving element and we will be accessing all the data of that element, right?
Yes.
Remember, for each map and filter, that element is the data here. Or you can just take let element of objects, and you can just use element dot first name and element dot last name. Any doubts, anyone?
No.
Okay. Now I will talk about star ng if in more. Okay, in more detail. Here comes into picture that is called safe navigation operator. Okay. What is that?
Safe navigation operator.
Safe navigation operator. Which is nothing but a question mark. Okay. Question mark is called safe navigation operator. Any doubts? Okay.
No.
Now, let me have one variable called data. Okay. And I will be just assigning here one more thing, name. Okay. And its value is Anusha. Okay. Now, if I just do console.log of name, data.name, what will be printed in the console? Anusha, right?
Yes.
Console.log of data.name. Okay. Anusha will be printed. So, in my HTML, what I want, okay, star ng if, okay. In this, what I will do, if data dot name is there, okay, then print name. What I said, if any value is there, then it will be true. Okay. If it is false or null, this will not be, this will evaluate to false. Am I correct?
Yes.
Even if the value is undefined, then it will evaluate to false. Since data is there, inside data is there, inside name is there, so we have a value, and for that we have given a if condition and it evaluated to true, and I have print Anusha got rendered in the HTML page. Now I will give one attribute age which is not there in the now I'll give, now what I will do, I will just remove this name parameter. Okay. Array, it's not giving error. 1 second. Huh? It's not showing the error here. Basically, what happens, right? Basically, what happens? No, what is the value of data here?
Any.
What is the
Just to give.
value? What is the any here?
It is
That's
string.
data type.
It's a data type, right? Semicolon with some keyword is called data type, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the value of the data here?
No value mentioned.
No value. So what will be the default value?
Undefined.
Undefined.
So undefined. So now if you're given this condition, what you are doing, undefined dot name. Okay. You are trying to access the name of undefined. And you cannot access anything with the undefined, right? Its value is undefined, will be there. And in that undefined, you are trying to access the parameter name here. So what will basically an Angular application do? It will give an error stating
Yes.
accessing undefined dot name. Okay. For that purpose, you will be using something called safe navigation operator. What it will do, it will just check if the data is undefined, then this expression will not be checked at all. Got it? It will skip this previous checking. If it is there, then it will execute it. Otherwise, if it is undefined, right, then the entire value becomes undefined and nothing will get printed here. Understood? It basically checks, and if it is true, then only it will start evaluating the complete object. Otherwise, it will consider this entire thing as undefined and it doesn't render this object. This is the use of safe navigation operator. Any doubt? Shall I repeat it? Not required?
No.
Okay. So I guess the time has finished. Most of the time was wasted in asking the questions of yesterday's class, and you people were not even able to tell them. And I have revised those concepts. Okay. So that's why there is a lot of time waste here. Please practice this. Okay. Tomorrow I will ask you with an example like how you need to do it. You need to share your screen and show me. You cannot tell I cannot do because this is just an stack this editor Angular where you can practice everything. Okay. And even if you want to code, I'm even giving the video recordings, right? Which you can see and do it once and you can practice it later. Okay. So in the tomorrow's class, you people need to tell me how to pass data from parent component to child. Okay. What is the meaning of string interpolation? Okay. And what are structural directives? Okay. And explain me with examples of star ngif and star ngfer. Any doubts, anyone?
No.
Yeah, tomorrow please do this homework and show me in the class with this table example given. Okay. And what
Okay.
do you understand by safe navigation operator? And check my previous video and as well and tell me how the Angular application will start. Okay. Is it fine, everyone?
Yes,
Just
Anu.
even if your people are not telling in the tomorrow's class, right? I will just lose the interest of teaching. And that's up to you. I'll just teach whatever I know every day and I will go away. I will not ask any question. Okay. I'll just repeat it if you want, but I will not focus in any one of you. I'll just simply teach the class and I'll go away. And it's your wish to listen or not. I doesn't care about anything. Okay. Any doubts, anyone?
No,
Any
Anu.
doubts? No, right? So please read about this content. Okay. Just practice this and come back tomorrow. Passing data from parent, even in the last class I have told, and even in the today's class I have told. And what is string interpolation I have told previous class and today's class even. Okay. You shouldn't tell wrong. Okay. For passing data, I'm asking about how to pass data from parent to child. And you people are telling how an Angular application starts. How does those two were related? It's completely entire concepts, right? Different concepts, right? Okay, you need to tell me what are structural directives and show me with an example of star ngf and star ngfer. Okay, just take a different object in a sense that different values, key values, and display it in the table. Okay, and how does an Angular application starts? Okay, and what do you mean by bootstrap? Repeatedly I told in the last class, bootstrap mean is starting of the application, right? So you need to people tell me everything in the tomorrow class. Okay, that's it for today. Bye bye. Bye everyone.
అవును.